Some folks in Washington don't get that. The American dream for so many of you in this room tonight, like family and friends around this great country, is becoming a distant memory. It's becoming harder to achieve. On Monday morning, across this great land, small businesses are going to wake up and they're going to start their day. And those owners are going to be sitting there looking at their books going, who should I lay off today? They'll take another look at their accounts and they'll scratch their head and they'll conclude, I cannot expand my business. I can't afford it. Therefore, the young man or young woman who's trying to start out on their own is looking for work will be denied an opportunity. They're going to get a call from their accountant who's going to tell them, guess what? Well, you think you got problems now, wait till January. When Obamacare kicks in and the taxes go up because our federal government has decided you're just too damn rich. That is not the America we work for every day to build dreams. That is not the America we want, where our aspirations and our hopes are denied to us by an opportunistic, aggressive, greedy government. So here we are left to conclude as we begin this very important cycle about jobs and wealth creation. One of two things: either Democrats don't know how to create a job or they just refuse to do so.
They don't know.
I concluded it's a little bit of both. Because they don't know, they just refuse to. If the first stimulus didn't work and the union bailouts and endless unemployment extensions failed to stop the economic bleeding, that's okay. The Democrats have a new plan for you. Another $50 billion stimulus. And if that doesn't work, don't worry, not a problem, they got a backup. Their plan is to jack up taxes on small businesses and other job creators in January. And they're thinking, no, that'll fix it. Their motto is very simple. If at first you don't succeed, stimulate. Barack Obama still talks about hope conquering fear. And that is the one thing I think he's right about. Because you see, our hope is that liberty will conquer tyranny. Our fear is that it will not. When hope triumphs at the ballot box this November, that's change you can believe in.
There you go.
That's the change you can believe in. But when Obama teamed up with his Democrat allies in Congress, that's when the people woke up and stood up for liberty. When Harry met Barry, and they decided, along with their friend Nancy Pelosi, to put together a giant welfare package and call it a stimulus, that's when we organized and we nominated Jan Brewer and John McCain to fight back. When Nancy Pelosi and her minions passed the job-killing, economy-crushing cap-and-trade scheme to tax and manage our wealth, our prosperity, our energy, that's when we raised up a brand new leadership, principled, conservative candidates. You saw them on this stage tonight to run not just here in this state, but all across our great country. When Democrats saddled us with controlling shares in car companies that union bosses had driven into financial ruin, that's when we drove ourselves to a Tea Party. When Democrats started counting down to the end of the Bush tax cuts, that's when we started counting down to November 2nd, 2010, and their end of control in Washington, D.C. You've had enough. I've had enough. Americans have had enough. The fog has lifted from our eyes. The Kool-Aid has been drained from our veins. We see clearer now. And the people are asking, how do we take our country back? Well, fire Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah!
Fire Nancy Pelosi. How do we stop the madness known as healthcare reform?
Don't fund it.
Retire Harry Reid. Send him packing. My friends, your voice is loud. Your voice is strong in this fight. Use it. Use it. You cannot let them get away with what they're doing right now. It's time to go on offense.
There you go.
It's time to rally around the candidates that you had on this stage tonight. It's time to show not just the spirit of a movement, but the hard work of a movement. Not of people with fancy titles in front of their names, but everyday moms and dads, everyday senior citizens, everyday students, folks who actually care about their community. That's what this fight is about. At the Republican National Committee, everyone thinks that, well, you guys are supposed to do boom, boom. Well, yeah, there's certain things that we do. Same challenge to the state party. You guys are supposed to do A, B, C, D. Absolutely. But at the end of the day, this fight is going to be won and lost by what you do to get voters to the ballot box. Your mom, your dad, your grandma, your granddad, your cousin, your aunt, and even that crazy uncle who comes around every Thanksgiving. You need to get them to the polls in November. Because you can organize the heck out of everything, but if you don't get people to show up, nothing happens. And the leadership we elect, all you folks who are up on the stage here tonight, you better get it right, because it'll be the last time you'll stand as a candidate for office in the Republican Party if you don't. That's what the people of this country are saying. That's what you here in Arizona are saying every single day. The status quo is over. This is not your mom and your daddy's Republican Party anymore. It's yours. Take ownership of it.
Yeah!
Now let me ask a question. Where are my college Republicans? Stand up. Let me see you. If you're a college Republican, let me see you if you're here tonight. Come on. You guys need to come up where I can see, because I'm about to embarrass you a little bit. Come on up here. Come on up. Stand up here in the front. Where are my young Republicans? I got some YRs. Get some YRs. You got